Hello everyone. In this presentation, let's create a section in Google Form. To create a section, click on Add Section. And don't forget to put a title in this section. For example, survey questions. Under that is a description. The description here is optional. Let's try to add another question. To add a question, click on Add Question icon here. Once you're done, in the text field, kindly put your question. For example, the question is about platforms or tools used during online distance learning. Next, under that one is option. In the option section, please put your choices. For example, what are the platforms used during online distance learning? If you use Zoom, then have it here in the option. We also have here Get a Professor for option 2. And for option 3, we also have here Google Classroom. And for option 4, we have here Our Soul, for example. Okay, so let's try to apply some options here, such as check boxes. There you go. Check boxes allows users to select multiple answers. And if you want to duplicate the item, click on duplicate here. And if you want to delete the item, click on trash icon here. Beside it is a required button. Click required switch to make a question mandatory. We also have floating toolbars here, which includes importing questions from the other forms, adding subtitles and description, adding photo or image, adding video, and of course, creating a separate section in your form. Now, let's try to add another question using the linear scale. To add the question, click on Add Question here. And then don't forget to have your question. For example, what is your level of engagement during online distance learning? And then in the option section here, select linear scale. Linear scale allows user to answer by selecting a rating from a range of 1 to 5 or 0 to 10. In our case, let's label it to 1 as poor and 10 to excellent. And don't forget to switch required if it's mandatory. Another thing that we need to add is uploading a file. To upload a file, click on Add a Question, and then let's try to also have Add Question here. For example, in my case, I will be stating here, upload your abstract here, for example, on the use of the option file upload. So there, files will be uploaded to the form's owner's Google Drive. Respondents will be required to sign in to Google when file upload questions are added to a form. Make sure to only share this form with people you trust. If you continue, click on Continue. Once you're done, switch Allow only specific file types if you wish to allow. For example, if you wish to allow your participants to send only a PDF file or a document or a presentation, then select it there. And enter that one is maximum number of files. So if you wish only one file to be submitted, then just click 1. And if 5, and if 10, 10 here. And under that is maximum file size, which also has choices here, 1 MB, 10 MB, 100, 1 gig, and 10 gig. So you may actually select any of these file size here. In my case, I will be selecting 1 gig. This form can accept up 1 gig of files. So basically, the participants will just only send at least 1 gig file to this particular survey form. And if it's required, then don't forget to switch required button here. Once done, let's create another section by clicking Add Section and assign your title to this section. For example, Survey Questions Continuation. Great. Once you're done, next, let's add another question to this section. Click on Add Question. For your question, you may add it in the text field. For example, the question is about, are you satisfied on teachers' engagement in the new normal? There you can see suggestions, whether yes, no, or maybe. If you wish to use the suggestion, click Add All. Then there you go. You can see yes, no, and maybe. And if you only want yes or no, then click on Remove for maybe. And if it's required, then switch on Required button here. Once you're done, let's create another section here for some conditions. To add a section, click on Add Section here, and don't forget to put your title again, Survey Questions and its continuation. Okay. This time, let's use paragraph. So first, in order for us to add question, click on Add Question here. In the text field area, let's have here create a short reflection about online distance learning. And as you can see, it's automatically assigned paragraph here. And if it's required, click on Required button. And finally, let's add one last section here. The process is the same. To add a section, click on Add Section icon, and please don't forget to put your title of your section. Okay, so then type your question in the text field. To type your question, click on Add Question again, and in the text field, that's the time you will be typing your question. For example, the question is, why do you say so? In my case, I'll try asking this one, and then it will set to short answer, or else you can also set to paragraph. And if it's required, then click Required.